Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Conquer College Admissions. This is Julie Kim, and I'm a graduate of USC and Harvard and the founder of Passion Prep. And we love mentoring high school students with their college admissions process. This video is really special because we have our Passion Prep student who recently got accepted into University of Virginia, and she shares her experiences in our program and how the program was able to help her get accepted, what kinds of shifts she had to make, like mindset wise, strategy wise, extracurricular wise. And so I think this video is going to be very helpful for you to understand how our Passion Project Bootcamp program can also help you achieve your college goals. And in the video, she talks about how she did not have the best stats in the world, but she was still able to get in, which is so amazing. And I wanted to let you know that our Passion Project Bootcamp program is currently closed for enrollment. But if you want to put yourself on the wait list, we'll put in the waitlist link right here. You'll be the first one to be notified when the program is about to open, only because we accept the first 50 students and then we close for a long time again. And also, if you're on the wait list, we give you a little discount code that you can apply to your enrollment. So the Passion Project Bootcamp program is going to open up sometime in June. So make sure to put yourself on the wait list because it is coming up very soon. And every time we open enrollment, it always gets full. So let's go ahead and dive right into our student who got accepted into University of Virginia. Okay, so let's rewind a few years back to when you were first going through the college admissions process. What were some of like your concerns and worries around this whole journey?
Well, I feel like for a lot of students, including myself, the first thing that comes to mind is grades. And I know for me, I never had full straight A's. I always had a B somewhere, especially during my freshman and sophomore year. So my GPA wasn't perfect. It wasn't just like a perfect unweighted 4.0, and that stressed me out a lot because all you hear nowadays is like you need to have a 4.0. Same thing with the SAT. I did not submit a test score because
Mm.
I actually took 7 tests and none of them were good. Like really not good, like low score. So that was stressing me out too, especially my junior year is like heavy on my shoulders and stuff. And you know, there's things that, you're told to do, like have an excessive amount of APs, an excessive amount of clubs that you don't even enjoy being in. Things that basically they're just like it's quantity over quality, and you're kind of just like function like you think that's what's best for you when that's really not the case. And so all of that was just like a lot of stress. I just felt like my application was not strong. And it was just all that.
And I just want to tell the listeners that, like, oh, if you don't have the best SAT scores, like that means nothing about you. Like for the longest time, I felt like I wasn't good enough because I was like, oh, I'm not one of those kids who can hit perfect SAT scores. So please don't feel bad about yourself. But okay, yeah, thank you for sharing that part. So, what had you seek help in this process? I know you're in our Passion Project Bootcamp program. So, what prompted that action?
Well, I felt that my application needed like a theme. And I think you talked at my school, we had like a webinar with this program. And actually my parents told me to sign up, and they were like, this would really like be good for your application. And at first, like I was like, no, I'm busy. Like I have too much stuff to do, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But it was pretty much critical. It was like the main part of my application because it really centered it around a theme, which then I was able to incorporate with my school's club that I formed. And like I started minimizing like how many clubs I was in, and then really just started like having like a structured like application. And my essays then revolved around it. I was able to talk about it in my like UC applications and my personal statement. And I don't know, it was really critical. Like you guys really pushed us to look for a passion instead of just doing something just to do something. Um, it was very intentional and like it really helped just like elevate my application to have like a passion project, which I know a lot of counselors say that it's really important and stuff, but I didn't realize how important until now. And I'm just like really grateful that I was able to have that opportunity.
Yeah, having a theme, it's like the core of your college admissions process. Like if you don't have that part, you don't know like what you need to join, what you need to eliminate and things like that. So that's really good to hear. And then for your theme, it's the academic interest plus personal interest plus SPV. So what was your academic interest so that our listeners have more context?
Okay, so my academic interest was economics and business and finance and all that stuff. Personal interests, it was I love like culture and I love traveling, and that was also a very critical part into my application given my like having moved several times and also my ethnic background and all that stuff. And so I was really trying to find like a bridge to connect those two. And Passion Project really helped me doing that because I then formed my podcast where then I was able to talk about my academic interests within the umbrella of ethnicity and diversity and all those things.
And then tell us a little bit about your passion project.
Okay. So, when I started trying to find a passion project, I was really stumped. I think I took an entire summer trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I ended up creating a podcast to interview people who live in my town and districts around my town about their ethnic and backgrounds or diverse backgrounds or family, how they moved here, immigration and stuff. Like, yeah, I was trying to basically teach my town, basically my city, like how to like improve their way of diversifying and accepting and learning and expanding their horizons because I saw that it was kind of a problem here where we didn't have that much knowledge or not very well rounded in other types of cultures that are maybe not as well looked at here.
Yeah, your passion project actually encompasses both the personal interest and academic interest because
Mhm.
you actually doing the podcast implies that you are engaging in entrepreneurship and business. And then you talking about that culture aspect definitely demonstrates your personal interest. That was good. I know a lot of students come up with passion project ideas, and sometimes they're very like surface level, or it kind of sounds like they're doing what everyone else is doing. So, how do you think the bootcamp program helped you in solidifying your idea? What was that process like?
Um, well, I would always pitch my ideas to the team, and they would always get back to me really quickly. So that was really helpful. And they would always try to just like deep dive more into my ideas and really ask me like um, intentional questions that would make me really think about the whole idea and the process, and if it's really a good idea at the base of it all, and like also if it solves these problems,
Right.
if it tries to solve problems, and just like really important questions that you have to think about when you're creating a passion project so that it has depth and it has like a real meaning and like importance to it rather than just like a project that you do but it doesn't do anything for society, if that makes sense.
Totally. Like we keep digging deeper and deeper because it just cannot be a surface level thing. And also, when you write your essays, I'm sure you experience because you already did all the thinking behind the passion project, you convey that story into your essay seamlessly. So I think
Mhm.
it kind of gets you ready for how you're going to position yourself as a strong applicant in the written format as well. So I know you said your parents had you enroll in the program. Um, for I don't know what kind of research your family did, but there are a lot of college counseling programs out there. So what led you guys to enroll in ours?
Well, I feel like this program was very different compared to many other college counseling that we see. But with the passion project of it all, and like also, structuring my essay and finding ideas that would really actually like elevate my application, Passion Project really helped me with that. Like they basically like found the theme for me. Like we talked, we went back and forth, and it was they seemed like they actually wanted to help you. Feel like with
Uh-huh.
Passion Project, like they actually care. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's just like I don't know. They really did want the best for us, I feel like, and that helps a lot, and it's very motivating, and it just helps with the whole process because it was a very arduous process for sure.
Yeah.
I really just used Passion Project mainly for my passion project. Like,
Okay. Uh-huh.
um, and yeah, I don't think I would be able to get into the school that I did without it.
Aw.
Because yeah, it's just it really helped a lot with that. And yeah, awesome. It was
Do you have a
great.
younger sibling?
I do.
Well, you can pass it down. You get lifetime access.
Yeah.
So, for the families who are thinking about joining our program and getting started on finding their theme and passion project and all of that, what kind of like real, honest, like advice would you give to them?
I would say this is me personally. What I
Yeah.
did
Mm-hmm.
is I really sat down and I went on my phone and went on the Notes app and I just thought about life for a second.
Oh, okay.
Like, like I know it sounds like really like
No, I love it.
existential, but like it's like I was genuine like I was sitting right here and I was just like on my phone and I, took, myself out of where I was for a second. Like you just have to like, don't judge yourself. Like just think. And so then I thought and I was like, okay, so like who am I? Like why am I here? Like why am I like this now? Blah blah blah. And then I thought about, moving and like that stemmed from having my cat in Hong Kong. And I was like, oh, I was in Hong Kong. And then before that, I was in London. And then I was just like, okay, maybe this could be a good thing. Maybe I could talk about that, like, and not just like minimize it to just moving around. And I could really just like focus on
Mm,
that because
yeah.
I would just feel like, oh, like, yes, I'm lived in Hong Kong before and I was born in London and I can speak French and like whatever. Like it's nothing, like blah blah blah. But it's like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like every person should not try to minimize themselves or experiences that they've had or, themselves as a person. Like everything that you do is important. And I feel like it's vital to finding a passion project and something you care about. Because I mean, for me, I like would not have, found my theme at all if I just kept talking about my past. Like it was just like my past.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, well, I'm so excited for your next adventure at UVA. UVA is really competitive. So I'm so happy that you were able to get in. And it's a proof that you don't need straight A's to get into top tier colleges for sure.
Or
So
an
thank you
SAT
for
score.
like, yeah, oh yeah, and SAT score. So thank you so much for proving that. Um, I want to wrap up the episode with just I know you already gave a lot of good advice, but like your advice on um uh, to a high school student right now, maybe like in ninth or 10th grade, like when you're kind of stressing out about this, what would your advice be?
I would firstly say getting like a C on a test doesn't really matter. Like I know it seems like the end of the world. I do, but it's really not and everything will be okay. I would also say that um focus on yourself and like what you want and try to block out what everybody else is saying and do this and that. Like do what is important to yourself and what you care about. Quality over quantity for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you are a test taker, start studying early if you can. Um, and everything happens for a reason. So yeah,
Yes.
I very much stand by that.
Because if you end up getting like not the best GPA and SAT scores, then you start to think like, okay, well, how can I compensate this, right?
Yeah.
So when everything happens for a reason, it's because you're meant to have those kinds of experiences in your life. And everyone's experience and progress looks so different from each other. So congratulations, and let's keep in touch.
Yes.
Congratulations.